Hello, Potato. This is LEGO circa 2003's idea of Jabba the Hutt's palace. It is not one kit, it is actually made of 3 kits. We have kit 4476, kit 4475, and kit 4480 all come together to build this one display. These original ones, if you see there is a join that those clip onto. And yeah, there were 3 different kits to build this one display in 2003. And yep, I still have it. I've managed to place it all back together. Now, if it looks dusty, to you, that's because it is dusty. It's been on a shelf for like 20 years, and I'm not going to sit here with a Q-tip and go through each little row to get all that dust off, because it's just going to go right back up on the shelf after this video is done for another probably 20 years. But it is complete with, I believe, the exception of he is supposed to have an axe, and I don't know where his axe is. But otherwise, I believe I've got this put together exactly the way it would have been originally. I did go to the Lego.com site and look up the instructions to make sure, I had everything as much the way that originally was as possible. So over here, we do have Boba Fett and a Gamorrean guard. Over on this side, we have C-3PO, R2, and Bib Fortuna. And in the main kit, we do have a Gank Droid, which, yes, he wasn't originally on fire. I must have had extra fire pieces, so I put it on there because I'm perpetually 12. A droid, I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be 8D8 or... because it would make sense to go with the Gank Droid if it was 8D8, but I really don't know. And then, of course, we have Luke, we have Leia, and we have Jabba the Hutt himself, all very nicely put together. And then we have this droid with swords for legs, who I don't even remember from the film. But it looks cool. I love, actually, these older kits with these iridescent pieces. They really catch light and glow nicely in a way that modern stuff doesn't. And this is the first version of the Jabba's Palace. They've done at least one since then. I think in 2012 and 2013 they did one. But kind of surprised me looking at it again is it does have some play features. Nothing shoots, which I think would be a requirement today. But we do have over here, we do have the little eyeball droid that pops out, and we turn it around, and the door opens up. Over on this side, for some reason, when you pull this back, Han Solo and Carbonite falls forward. I'm not sure why that is. If this had come with a Han Solo figure to maybe fall out of there, that would have made sense to me. But it doesn't come with Bounty Hunter Leia or any Han Solo. So I'm really not sure what the point of that feature exactly is. And then on the main set, we have, you can open up this piece here and look at what I guess is supposed to be the Rancor pit. Obviously, it's no Rancor with it, and it's be a very small Rancor if you put one under there. Now, the 2012-2013 sets also, I believe, had 2 different sets that came together. There was a throne room kit that went on top of the Rancor pit, so you could drop characters through and battle the Rancor. But you can still drop characters through on this one. There is one play feature on this big set in the middle, and that is if you slide Jabba's throne backwards, it releases a trap door, and you can drop through Luke, or I suppose if you had a Twi'lek, which I don't think there were any figures for Twi'leks back then, but if you had one, you could drop it through there. And if there were, and you could pretend there was a Rancor down there or something, I guess. But this is kind of the one part where, aside from that missing axe, where things are not exactly the way they were originally. Because originally, there were a pair of elastics here and here that would pull the throne back into place after you activated the trapdoor, and those have long since crumbled into dust. There's remnants of them on there. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but they're there. And yeah, they're no longer in usable form. But overall, for its time, it was actually a pretty nice set. Oh, also, inside the Gank Droid here, we do have Luke's hairpiece and some other extra bits I stuck in there for whatever reason. But the hairpiece is in there, and that's because you could take off Luke's cowl and give him his hair if you wanted to. And now I've messed with things and it won't close again. That's what I get for touching things. Now, nicely, everything here has survived these last couple decades, which is, better than some of the experience I've had with newer sets, like my Bilbo Baggins house, which bits of it have, crumbled away when I tried to clean it and show it off a couple years ago, way back in the quarantine logs. And nothing on here has crumbled other than the rubber bands, which is nice. But yeah, it's definitely a product of its time. We still have the yellow minifigures. We have, much like the original Boba Fett that came with the original Slave One's chip, the helmet is physically attached to the rocket pack, comes off as one piece. And kind of interesting because it's not yellow, and it is, I think, actually for the time, pretty impressive. Bib Fortuna is his tentacles come off as a whole headpiece. But I think the Jabba the Hutt's impressive until you look at the 2012 version of him, where it looks like about the same sculpt, but it's a much nicer paint job. And I think Bib Fortuna is probably the most impressive of anything in this as far as the figures go. And again, I'm not even sure who this is supposed to be. The head doesn't seem right for 8D8, but back then, maybe that was the best they could do. I really don't know. But you may be wondering, like if you haven't looked at the thumbnail or read the title of this video, why am I looking at a nearly 20-year-old Lego kit? I mean, yeah, Book of Boba Fett just ended, and you could sort of tie the throne room into that. But the thing is that Lego is coming out with a new version, essentially, of this, called Boba Fett's Throne Room. But it's not due out until March 1st, and it's still February as I'm recording this. So why am I talking about this now? And the reason is because someone broke Street Date. I was alerted by somebody that Street Date had been broken on this kit, 75326, Boba Fett's Throne Room, 732 pieces for ages 9 and up, not due out until March the 1st. And someone broke Street Date. Someone told me it broke Street Date. I'm not going to say who told me that because perhaps they don't want it known that they've told somebody that. It might not look great for them. I don't know. Nor am I going to say who broke Street Date, but I will say not only did they break Street Date, they had it for a discount for $20 less than it's going to be at like Lego Store, Lego.com, or Shop Disney, plus no paying for shipping. So yeah, naturally I went right over and picked it up, and we're going to put that together today and compare it to a predecessor version. Now, I don't have the 2012-2013 version with the Rancor and the Rancor pit, which is unfortunate. And I probably didn't get it at the time because at that point I wasn't doing a lot of Lego anymore. And I already had a Jabba's Palace, and why would I need to buy another one? But times have changed, and I'm back into doing this stuff again. And I thought it'd be fun to compare this to this once it's all put together. And now, looking at this, I do already have criticisms. I have complaints. I haven't opened the box yet, and I'm already whining, because that's just what I am. And the complaint is basically that this kit should have come out last year. This should have come out in advance of Book of Boba Fett. They should have come out like as a teaser kit, sort of like The Mandalorian had the Rebel ATST that released for Star Wars Day, I think. It released literally 6 or 7 months before the first episode of Mandalorian ever even aired. They released a kit for it. And it would have made sense to do the same with this, because this scene clearly takes place at the end of Mandalorian, not at any point during Book of Boba Fett. If you wanted to set this in Book of Boba Fett, it should have come with the shirtless Gamorreans, it should have come with 8D8, it should have come with Chrysanthemum, not with Bib Fortuna and characters that were there at the end of Mandalorian. So yeah, that's my complaint right now, before I even open the box, is that this kit should have come out before Book of Boba Fett ever even aired. To drum up attention for it. Now, one thing I do like is it comes with Fennec Shand, who previously was only available in the Moff Gideon Star Destroyer set, which I didn't buy because I don't care for the scale of it. Now, this one does not appear to come with her cool helmet, which is unfortunate, but hey, at least it comes with a Fennec Shand. And also kind of is it doesn't come with a Mandalorian figure, because I have plenty of those. But it does come with some stuff I don't have. I have a Bib Fortuna there, so we'll see how it compares to this one. But I don't think I have any Felins, I don't think I have any Weequay, I don't think I have any Quarren. So it's got some figures in it I don't have equivalent to. It's got a new Gamorrean, which, I mean, just right now, before we even put them together, tell me that doesn't look better. That and that. Tell me you don't think this looks worse than that. This looks like, you know, if you said this in the kit today, you'd swear it was a knockoff, and not even a particularly good one. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put together Boba Fett's throne room. So let's clear some space by moving Jabba out of the picture, much like Leia did on the barge. Less violently, though. We'll just slide him over there before I make room for him back on the shelf he came from originally. And we'll open up the box to see what all is inside it. It's 732 pieces, so I don't think it should take me more than like an hour in real time, which means, you know, like 5, maybe 6 minutes of video time. This will be a one-parter, I'm sure. I don't see any reason to do 2 parts for 700 pieces. Let's see, we got bag 4, bag 1. This is also a big enough box that we shouldn't have a folded over instruction book. 3, 5, 6. Oh, I kind of knew this was coming. Stickers, and they folded the stickers. That'll be fun. 2, but they didn't fold the instructions, so that's good. Instructions are pretty big too. It's a pretty big instruction booklet. Let's put that back there. And so, what, 6 bags? It's not too bad. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. And let's look at our instructions here. Here is our QR code. If you are interested in such things, you can scan that and follow along at home. Not sure why you would. Not sure why I say it every time, but, you know, if I didn't say it, that's when somebody would complain. So how many steps do we have to look forward to here? Yes, I know it folds out. I feel like the style on this kind of matches more with the style of the Mos Eisley Cantina set. Which is probably intentional. But let's see, we have 244 steps to build this. Oops, is it on camera? There we go, 244 steps to get to the end. And of course, the only way we get to the end is to start at the beginning. And to start at the beginning, we must go into the fast forward. So let's do that and build ourselves some street date broken, improperly early released Lego fun. All right, so that is built. Lego Kit 75326, Boba Fett's Throne Room. All completed. Let's take a look at what we've got here at the end. Now, one thing that's kind of surprising to me is no shooty bits. Nothing in this fires off. I'm not sure how long it's been since I got a Star Wars kit that didn't have any shooty bits. Even the Advent calendar had things that shot. So that's pretty cool. We've got in here Bib Fortuna on the throne. We've got his little Weequay guard. We've got this little, what was it? Quarren. He's a Quarren. The little Quarren guy. We've got the Thelan dancer there in the background. And of course, Boba Fett and Fennec Shand. Now, I kind of thought these were going to fold up like inward more cleanly. Oh, and I've forgotten our Gamorrean here. I thought these would fold up more cleanly than they do. They only fold up to like kind of 90-degree angles. They don't fold in on themselves, which is kind of what I thought. I mean, looking at the picture now, I can see that was never going to happen. But just what I expected, that they would fold in kind of next to this centerpiece here. But they don't, and that's fine. That's not an issue. So aside from these bits of motion, we also have on the outside here, by this little snaky snake, we have an outside that also flips open. Am I pulling the right side? Yeah, I'm pulling the right side, but I've knocked something over to reveal the backside of this wonderful little rotisserie grill. I guess you can have somebody be operating this. It's kind of cool, of course, a box of bones, because what Star Wars kit, or indeed what Lego kit, doesn't have a box of bones in it somewhere. And then back here we have, I guess, the rest of the kitchen area. A little pot for cooking, a bottle of something. Looks like a shower. Kind of interesting. These are the little pieces they use for the action bits now, like in the superhero blind bags, but gray instead of clear. So that's kind of interesting, to me at least. I assume these are some sort of blasters, because they do have a little bit of a rotation on them. Not a lot, but some. And some sort of a security keypad maybe that turns them on. Over here we have the front door, the door to Jabba's palace, or to now Boba Fett's palace. And much like in the past, we do still have the little sentry thing that pops out the front, but it's no longer got the little round bit. I guess maybe it just never got replaced after it was destroyed in Jedi. But what we do have that wasn't in Jedi, or at least wasn't in the other kits we have, is some blasters out here. Some turret blasters to, shoot anybody who comes to the door who's not welcome. And of course we have a functioning door, but I'm not sure how we're meant to make it function. I guess just on this piece here. Slide up, and now you can go into the palace. That feels like a little incomplete, like I may have missed something that's supposed to go here to make it. I was supposed to just go, I guess just like that. Just put your finger through there and hook the inside of the little probe. Like that. A little awkward from this angle, but I mean, you wouldn't play with it from this angle, would you? What else do we have here just to say on its own? Oh yes, the throne slides out to reveal a little place to hide, presumably Boba Fett's goodies. I have one of these extra. I think I may have missed something somewhere. These don't usually have extra bits, but it's something to figure out later, I suppose. You can slide that back in and close up, and it does actually slide into little slots here, so it will stay in place. I imagine if we pick it up. If you pick it up right anyways. Yeah, look at that. It does. I would still be careful picking this up correctly though, because it does seem like it would be fairly easy to have the bits snap off the sides here. So I assume up top here, is this meant to be like some sort of a light, or are these meant to be binoculars for whoever's standing up here in the guard tower? I'm not sure. But we do have some action bits. Despite having no blastery bits, we do still have action bits. So for example, if someone wants to get shot coming through the door, like say, I believe the Gamorrean does in the teaser for Book of Boba Fett, you pull that, and it just tilts it forward. So if you have a character standing on there, they go flying off, having been shot. And of course, when Boba Fett wants to take the throne for himself, you pull this forward, and Bib Fortuna is no more. Yeah, kind of cool. And again, no blastery bits, which I'm okay with. I think that they do a lot of shoehorning of explosions into these Star Wars kits. Marvel too. And it's nice to see one where they didn't feel like they needed to do that. So, let's compare it to its 2003 counterpart, because that's why I got this thing down. So I want to say one thing is, these older bricks, let me have to slide this over because otherwise those bits on the side are just going to fall forward. There we go. Everybody in frame together. I think that's as good as we're going to get. These older bricks somehow feel like lighter to me, like they're less substantial. To be fair though, they also haven't fallen apart in the 20 years I've had them, which I think I said that already. So never mind. But they do feel, I don't know, they feel like lighter for some reason to me. Like these are maybe a little heavier. And it may just be in my imagination. That may not really be a thing. It's just these feel more slight. So of course both castles do have some similarities in the pedestal where Bib Fortuna's throne now sits. We have the little dots on the front here and there. So that's nice and consistent. We do have the little probe droid thing on the door here. Although I kind of feel like this should be faced the other way if this is the inside of the palace. And of course the doors do rise up, and I guess actually it's about the same. You just pull on that little piece on the inside there. So that's pretty consistent. Each set has a Boba Fett. Obviously, there have been some differences in those. We've kind of discussed that before with the Boba Fett Starship set last year. That came out as part of Mandalorian, kind of when they should have come out. Of course, as I mentioned, this one, the helmet and the jetpack are one piece, and he has no face, just a black sphere or cylinder. And of course, Boba Fett has Boba Fett's rather aged and scarred up face. So that's nice. And of course, we have the new armor over the black outfit instead of the frankly much plainer printing of our classic one here over the older gray. And then we also have a pair of Bib Fortunas. Now, I said before that I think this is my favorite piece in this older set. And I mean, looking at them, I do feel this is maybe more screen accurate, but I still think this older one kind of has a charm. I like the face on this better, but I feel like the headpiece in this has like a certain charm that this again, more realistic, more accurate to the screen, but I don't know, something about this one, I just still like something about the older one. Did Bib have two faces? Yeah, he did. He has like a sad face and a happy face. And I think the old one did. Yeah, because the old one, the tentacles don't even cover the whole head. Kind of like why someone here didn't have a second face. But I don't remember who now. Oh well, I don't suppose it really matters. But I do still have a soft spot in my heart for classic Bib here over modern Bib. Put him back there. Him back to the other piece that is the same, or not the same, but has a modern update, is our Gamorrean. So yeah, I mean, yeah, just look at those for a second. Do I need to say anything about the differences between these two figures? Now, what surprised me on this one is that it's still got the head and body piece connected just like that old one, with the same sort of interior way of locking it down. And that kind of surprised me. I thought this would be a separate head from the body. Can we do this? We can do this, but I don't know why you'd want to. That looks horrible. That looks less horrible, but still not great. And now it's stuck. That would be pretty bad to get them stuck off. I mean, Let's look at the bodies by themselves, all the heads on. So I think the green skin here I think is more accurate to the screen accuracy. That's why I meant screen. And are they actually like not the same size? No, I guess they are. For some reason this one just seems smaller, but I guess maybe it's because with the headpiece on, it is shorter than our modern Gamorrean counterpart. I do hope we get to see some of the shirtless ones, the ones that were actually in Book of Boba Fett. I mean, I guess this probably, maybe is one? I don't know. Did this guy get killed in the Mandalorian outro? I don't remember. I haven't watched that in a while. I should probably watch them. Maybe before Mando 3 starts, I'll marathon through Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett again. And I can't speak to the axes. I know he had an axe. I've seen it in the pictures, but I don't have it anymore and therefore can't really comment on it specifically. So yeah, that's it for similarities. Of course, we don't have any Leia or Luke or C-3PO or R2 in here because they didn't really belong there. We do have our Fennec Shand, who has two faces as well. And honestly, they're fairly similar. I don't know which face I would say is the happier one. I mean, she's not a particularly smiley person, though, is she? I guess this one looks maybe a little angrier. I don't know. They're definitely different, but she's kind of... I guess maybe this is a smirk. Maybe that's supposed to be her happy, and this is her sad. Not sad. Angry? Concerned? Determined? I don't know. I'm going to stick with this face, though. And she has a rather big hairpiece, which honestly I would have rather had the helmet, but because she had the helmet on in that scene, didn't she? At the end of it, she didn't, but when they came in and like shot everybody, she had her helmet on, didn't she? I don't remember. And then we have our Weequay, who does not have a second face because it doesn't have a hairpiece, so no second face there. It's got a little blaster. It's kind of cool. I believe this is the same species as the bartender from Freetown, right? They look kind of like shriveled Suntarans to me. I don't know. That's how they look to me. We have our Quarren, who I do like the look on him. He's got a rubbery little tentacly Cthulhuian head. Did I put him on backwards? Nope, that should be the front, right? Yeah, it's the scarf. It's not like a vest, it's a scarf. So that's correct. Well, also his arms would be weird, wouldn't they, if he was backwards? So I can't have put him on backwards, otherwise he would look really obviously weird. And we have our Thelan dancer, who will be easier to get this way, I think. A little bit easier. And we got more big hair here. More, like, huge hairpiece. And she also has two faces, her kind of unhappy, concerned face, and her angry, I'm going to shoot you face. But she doesn't have a gun. I do seem to have misplaced one of the blasters already. There was another blaster that's supposed to go under the throne, and I don't know what I did with it. But I'm sure it will turn up. It's here somewhere. It can't have gotten very far. Ah, that didn't work. Now it's all falling apart. This isn't working at all. There we go. So yeah, it's a nice set. I do like it. Again, I just wish I could put it together without destroying it. There we go. I do wish it had come with some different figures instead. I mean, I'm happy with the set itself. I just wish it had come with characters from Book of Boba Fett, not characters from The Mandalorian when they took over the palace. But you can't have everything right. Hopefully we'll get... I mean, I can't imagine we won't get a Chrysanthemum figure at some point, and maybe some more Gamorreans, more modern Gamorreans, because I do like this new sculpt for the Gamorreans a lot compared to our classic 2003 there. And hopefully, I mean, I still hope... My hopes at this point, now that we do have a Pelimato set coming out in, June? Hopefully they'll break street date on that one too. And we have this one coming out in March. Hopefully we will see, maybe for Star Wars Day, we'll see like the Rancor versus a Scorpionic droid, I think it's called. I would love to see that set. And of course, I've said many times in other videos, I want to see a set of the mods, the little hover bikes, preferably with the Mayor's Majordomo's car as well from that chase scene. That seems less likely to me than just getting the mods and their bikes, but I can cross my fingers and hope. But yeah, this is a nice set. It's the first thing we've got for Book of Boba Fett, which is also, nice. My only real complaints really are just that I wish it came with different figures. Everything else about it is fine. And you compare it to Jabba's Palace. I mean, Jabba's Palace here, the classic 2003 version, is a nice set, but I mean, it doesn't really look like anything from the movie. This looks like much more like something, like a playset based on the film as opposed to this with like stairs on it for whatever reason. I mean, yeah, plus this is only one set and this was 3. So I mean, comparing them, and it's not really fair to compare a 20-year-old set to a modern set. I do like this one better. There are bits about this I like better. I like the Dayglow fire. I like that as Jabba. But I mean, that's not really relevant because Jabba shouldn't be in this set. But it's a good set. I encourage you to get it. It's normally $99.99 or will normally be $99.99. You can pre-order it, I believe, right now from Lego.com or from Shop Disney. I would go ahead and order it from Lego, get your VIP points. Unless, of course, you can find somebody who has it on early release for $20 less. But I hope you found any of this interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.